Hare Krishna. So I was asking Narottam what to speak on. So he told me, Prabhuji, you share your real experience of Kumbh Mela. Some of our devotees were there with me in Kumbh Mela. Shanti Vardhan Prabhu. You were also there, right? Bhaskar Murthy got sick. How are you now? So there is already such a big hype on the social media over the Kumbh that the Kumbh has not got over also now. Ideally, it is supposed to get slowly, uh, the crowd is supposed to reduce. And the government thought that will create such a big hype, the crowd will come. The crowd came so much that government created a hype of traffic jam. And then because of that, many people waited that after 13 the jam will be over. And then now again is another Mela going on. It has become like this because many people seeing the videos of jam, they सब थोड़ा कम होने के बाद जाएंगे तो उसकी वजह से अभी कम ही नहीं हो रहा है. We had to practically even till the last day while we are putting our pandal down, still people are coming. Till the last day, our pandal was supposed to be till the 13th. Even on the 12th night, it was full pack. It was fully packed. Even now, it is packed. I heard. It is just a miracle to see the flow of the crowd. Such a, it is so scary. But then, if you're there inside, it's just you're part of it. You know? It is almost like how to explain for Mumbai people. It is like we have this famous saying, no, you don't have to get into a local train. Just stand outside there and people will push you and you don't have to get out also. Just stand at the gate, people throw you out. Similarly, in Kumbh Mela, the train is one compartment. Kumbh Mela is a full Mela of such compartment. You just you just flow with the crowd actually. You just flow with the crowd. Ah. But I was surprised to see so many people continuously coming. Continuously coming. Even now people are coming. Until Shivratri it is said. Now they are telling extend it till Holi. And it is a golden era, I would say, of the pilgrims in at least in our century and our at least for our naked eyes. Because the Kumbh Mela has not just been in Prayagraj. The crowd from the Prayagraj is going to Kashi. Then there's a Mela there. And almost people are waiting 1 to 2 days for darshan. And then the same crowd is going to Ayodhya. And the jam packed there also. So it's become a triangle Mela. Not only, Prayagraj Mela. It's become like a triangle Mela. And unbelievable crowd and unbelievable traffic. And still everyone is making. Everyone. Only the city people who are on, you know, very well serviced apartments, they get was scared. But even for surprisingly, even for them, this time the government has made Arel Ghat. You know, Arel Ghat. All our donors are staying there in Arel Ghat. And apparently, Arel Ghat is a very auspicious place because it is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's the place where Vallabhacharya's house is. The Vallabh Sampradaya, the Vallabhacharya's house is there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vallabhacharya, they had a discussion in Vallabhacharya's house. The uh, From Triveni to go to Vallabhacharya's houses, one has to go to the Arel Ghat, and then from Arel Ghat you have to go a few kilometers inside is the house of Vallabhacharya. The house is still there, temple is still there, and this pastime of discussion between Vallabhacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually in this Arel place. So we this time for the VIPs, such kind of people, there is Arel Ghat, and then government even started the helicopter tour. Helicopter tour. So for 1300 rupees, they will you want you अभी नहीं मैं घूम गया one short tour 1500 rupees 1300 rupees in a full aerial view of Sangam, and then they bring you back. But apparently it was just for tourism. Then eventually the crowd is why the elite people they want to go to Arel because the rooms there is 10,000, 15,000. That is their booking.com, how much square feet, breakfast included, that kind of crowd. So they were getting sick even from the airport to reach there was taking 5 hours. So then this service from airport to helicopter, helicopter to Arelgarh has a helipad for this tourism. People were getting down there. Still there is full crowd even for that. Even for that there is a full crowd. So it was, I think it's I don't know how it's going to be in the next 12 years, then Ardha Kumbh or Mahakumbh, but for this lifetime, this is a vision to be seen. I don't think so. I'll be able to see such a um, big crowd actually. You can see such big crowd one day in a year in Rath Yatra, Puri. If you've been to Puri Rath Yatra, you know, imagine 1.5 month full, you see such a crowd like the Rath Yatra crowd. Such was the scene of Kumbh Mela. And the best part is Kumbh Mela is a festival for basically most of the people who have very high regard about the knowledge of soul, who have high regard about spirituality, and who are spiritual seekers, who are wanting to experience what is spirituality all about. And then it is a pilgrimage for such people. It's a pilgrimage of such people because so many people from different. I remember the Prime Minister of India, Modi ji, was making a speech and he was telling that it is not the Sangam of Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. Actually, it is a Sangam of all kind of spiritual, and that was very true. All spiritual organization, all spiritual seekers were there. The Vaishnavas, the Shivers, the Mayavadis, the various akhadas, the various demigod followers, and then the various what we call speculated spiritual paths, yogis, gyanis, tapasvis, and all famous organizations, all famous like Sri Rangam Mutt or the Tirupati Balaji, this thing what we call Ahobilam Mutt and Tirumala Tirupati Devasthalam. They had bought a deity of Lord Balaji, Bhudevi, Sri Devi, and created a replica temple of Lord Balaji, Swami Narayan. Everyone was practically there, and and it is such uh, special significance that Kumbh Mela has that it is said, of course, for us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we have not only the special mercy, we take opportunity of such gatherings to do much more than moksha prapta. You know, many of them come there for moksha prapti, for deliverance. At least the fact that people have this knowledge are actually called proper human beings. That we have to be delivered from the cycle of birth and death and the ocean of material existence. You know, the ocean of material existence, the ocean of material suffering, the ocean of material suffering. So those who have at least this knowledge, they will desire that I have to get out of it. And then they have attraction towards, okay, let me go to the Kumbh Mela and let me take dip in Triveni Sangam during this special occasion uh, when there is Amrit Pan. Amrit Pan. When there is nectar flowing there. So it is said that during these sthithis, in especially the Magh Purnima or Mauni Amavasya, Vasant Panchami, it is said that this place has become very, very sacred, especially Prayagraj. And it is said that in Prayagraj Sangam, demigods with their consorts, they come also and take bath. They also come and take bath. It is says the Rudras, Adityas, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Siddhas, all of them, they come. Lakshmi, Parvati, they all come. They all take bath in Prayagraj. Especially at this period, it is said. And it is mentioned in Ramayana also. Lord Rama, Lakshmana, and Mother Sita, they also came, stayed there, and took bath in Triveni Sangam. It is said in the Mahabharata, even the Pandavas came to Triveni Sangam, and they also took bath at the Triveni Sangam. Lord Balram, when the Mahabharata Yuddha was announced, Lord Balram did not want to participate because one side Krishna was supporting Pandavas and Krishna was a charioteer. So Balram knew it doesn't make sense. And Balram, the Duryodhan was a very dear disciple of Balaram. So Lord Balramji refused and he went on a pilgrimage. He went on a pilgrimage. He said while he was on the pilgrimage during the Kurukshetra battle, he actually came to Prayagraj and he also took bath in Triveni Sangam. Then Lord Nityananda Prabhu also. It is mentioned Chaitanya Bhagavat, even Nityananda Prabhu, he went and took bath in Prayagraj. So I was all this when I was there because I was there for 2 months approximately. First week of December I entered and I came out day before yesterday. Of course, I traveled a couple of times here and there, but last 2 months, my base, my residence, my camp base was Prayagraj. And the most amazing part was because I was from the beginning, so I saw at least the whole bank, not bank, the body of the Triveni, where the Sangam is, and at least 10,000 acres from there. When I went first week, it was only sand and sun. Sand and sun, you understand? There was only sand and sun when I went, and there were electric poles being put up to give electricity connection. That is when I reached Prayagraj, and within 20 days, it was a tent city. City with more population than Prayagraj city. City with more population than Prayagraj city. Uh, Even it is said that Lord Brahma had done thousands of years of sacrifice there. He's performed sacrifice in Prayagraj. So we all know the famous story of Samudra Manthan. Like I was always say, we say ocean of material suffering. That is very easy to understand to grastas because ये संसार एक दुख का सागर है. ये ग्रस्त से अच्छा कौन समझ सकता है? Ocean, you understand, no? If you say salt ocean is there, you will agree. But if you say milk ocean was churned, you will say, "Arey, milk is 80 rupees a liter. इतना दूध कहाँ से आया?" But if you say sansar is an ocean of suffering to grastas, they will say, "इससे तो मैं सहमत हूँ." So we know Samudra Manthan story that the demigods and devatas, they were churning, and while they were churning, so many things came out. Uh, Poison also came out. When the poison came, who took it? Lord Shiva, and he became Nilkant. And that it is said that we went to Rishikesh last time we went Nilkant Mandir. So when after he took, because Lord Shiva did not take the poison inside, and neither he put it outside because it was very very the demigods, the demons were almost fainting there. So Lord Shiva took it and then he went above Rishikesh and above their Prayag, and he went and sat in one mountain which is now become a Nilkant Parvat. And Lord Shiva's deity is still there. So Lord Shiva came out, and then when the nectar came out, all the beautiful description is there in the Bhagavatam that the demigods and demons, they were starting fighting, and then Lord appeared in the form of Mohini Murti. He came in the form of Mohini, and then everyone was amazed to see God in this beautiful form, in the form of the most powerful attraction in the material world, the form of a female. So when the demigods saw, they were like, and demons were like sold out, and Lord tricked them. Lord tricked them in this form, and the demons were like completely sold out. Then the Lord said, "Okay, I will distribute, and I will do whatever I want. Nobody should interfere when I'm distributing the nectar." Nectar. So everyone said yes. They're seeing her beauty. Everyone is sold out. You know, sold out. Completely. Like in the college days, we are sold out. Any girl we fell in love with, sold out completely. Suppose a girl will tell today evening 4 o'clock I'm coming to meet you. I'll be wearing blue dress. Anything in the sky blue will fly. You will say the girl only. Far away, bus is coming. You will see blue color bus. One will feel, "Arey, she's only coming." Until it comes closer, Papa. Arey, it's a bus actually. Like that, people go crazy. So when the demigods, because the Lord started giving, Mohini Murti started giving the nectar to the demigods, and demons they figured out. Then they figured out, and they started shouting, "Oh, it is Vishnu fooled us!" And there's a big battle there also. So the nectar was taken away at that time by the son of Indra, whose name is Jayanta. Now Jayanta took, and that's I'm just cutting short the story. When Jayanta took, he actually, while fighting with the asuras, demons, Jayanta, he put the Kumbh, the pot, the Kumbh. He put the Kumbh at various locations. It is said 4 different locations he kept the Kumbh while fighting the asuras. So when he was putting down the Kumbh and lifting the Kumbh, Jayanta, few drops of nectar fell there, fell there. And there were certain planetary positions at that time when this auspicious moment happened. The nectar fell on the earthly planet. So then, according to various shastras, it is said that this nectar, the 4 different places where it, because according to our timings and the celestial timings, there's a different calculation. Very, very, what we ancient astrologers they have calculated, and according to them, it was said that Prayagraj, Ujjain, Nasik, and Haridwar. These are the 4 places the nectar has fell. So 4 different moments is almost like 6 years. And then when it comes in more proportion, there's a planetary positions actually. I don't exactly know details of it, but when it comes that, then Purna Kumbh comes, and that's once in 12 years. Apparently, I had the fortune that 2013. 2013 was the Purna Kumbh. Myself and Narottam Prabhu, we were there, and Chaitanya Avatar Prabhu and Sanatan Gauranga Prabhu. So we had a big mission actually. We just made a reason to go. Sanatan Gauranga Prabhu was take up. He was supposed to be made the director of the new Bhakta department of the temple, and he was in white. I said, Sanatan, हम लोग जाते हैं कुंभ मेले में स्नान करेंगे, उधर ही तुम सैफरन पहनना, फिर आके डिपार्टमेंट ले लेना. And we went, right? That was a plan. So we went. He took saffron there. By the time we came back, the management changed the decision. They gave it to someone else. They gave away the department to someone else. But that was our first experience because we went in the train. We boarded. We had a reservation ticket and sleeper coach. And that time we went in the train and we sat. Till we were in Maharashtra, it was fine. Then we got up in the morning and we were all around people around us, fully around people. AC is nothing. All people, the pathways that 10 people were sleeping down there. And then I was up, down also. The pathway towards the washroom also people are sitting. Full people packed, mean packed. People over. Then that was my first experience. We'll never forget. Because you also went like this to washroom. So that video game used to come, monkey. You seen that? I'm telling practically, you asked Narottam Prabhu. Practically, we went to the washroom going up only, and then got down. Anyone travel like this in the train for Kumbh Mela? Practically, we had to do like this whole day. Whenever we wanted to go, then I said, "Pani nahi piyo." Like that, we went actually, and then that was the first experience. Then we went and we stayed 2 3 days. While coming back was another amazing experience. You told this ever before? While coming back was another big experience because when we wanted to go back, those said flight though was out of question. That was not in our budget those days. So train, we already knew what's in the train while coming, and now we have to prepare a whole, yeah. So we said let's somehow other we decided let's go to Vrindavan, and to go to Vrindavan we have to reach the Lucknow highway, and to reach the Lucknow highway was around like 15 or 20 kilometers almost, and there was no vehicle going because it was a traffic jam total. When we reached the highway which is to Lucknow, and we were telling people that अरे double ले लो या triple ले लो, he showed us a big lane of road. He said ये जो road दिख रहा है ना, इसमें लोग 16 घंटे से बिना नहाए मुथे बैठे हैं. तुम पैसा दोगे उससे कुछ चलने वाला नहीं है, निकल लो आपको जैसा आपको निकलना है. Then apparently I don't know how we decided, but this was a road and there were all fields and villages. So what we did is we went into one village, then asked some belgadi or belgadi. First time we saw donkey gadi also, right? There, horse, acha, ha, horse gadi. Then we put our luggage on the horse vehicle. He took us to one village. Then from there we tried that cycle rickshaw. He took us to another village, and we were just this is the highway. We were crossing villages and villages and villages for at least 3 to 4 hours. We crossed villages and villages, and we reached Lucknow highway. From that was the first experience. But then, of course, it was just taking bath and coming out. But this time, the experience was totally different. Of course, we went in 2019. At that time, apparently, Chaitanya Avatar Prabhu was there with me all three. 2019, we had taken traveling Sankirtan party. We have a video also of that in TSP, 2019 Kumbh Mela. So that was not so difficult because that time also we were in a group and we just went for 3 days and left. But this time when we went, we actually experienced the akhadas, the nagas, the agoris. Have you heard agoris? We saw them practically, how they live, and the Shahi Snan. People talk about Shahi Snan. So we practically saw, and there were many good things to know that all the organizations and independent spiritual movements were there. They were not part of Shahi Snan. They were not. Only bona fide, which is in parampara, the Shaivats and the Vaishnavas, or even the Shankaracharyas, the bona fide ones. Only they are allowed in Shahi Snan. Only they. All these big names whom we have, big institutions, they are not part of Shahi Snan. We say no bona fide, four bona fide sampradayas. Similarly, there are bona fide sampradayas in Shaivites also. Then in even Mayavad, because it's all coming from Lord Shiva, even they have a bona fide parampara. Only they are allowed in the Shahi Snan, not any. And once they take bath, then others are allowed. And we hear so much about Nagas, right? Have you heard about Nagas? Naga Babas, Naga Babas, Naga Babas. It's actually the biggest attraction because they are like, well then, Tyagi and Vairagis. All they are Vairagis so much they don't cut their hair, they don't shave, and they don't wear anything. They don't wear it. They have just put ashes, and it is a miracle to see someone How much tapasya they do actually. That 3 a.m. in the morning, once I went to Sangam, one of the, without any clothes, they go and take bath at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3, 4. And they, the pure Nagas, they don't associate it, they don't meet with people. They are just in some of the mountains in MP, Himachal, and Himalayas. They're in the mountains there, and they come out. Srila Prabhupada, he was in Kumbh Mela in 1971 and 77. He mentioned that all the sadhus and saints, they come for the Kumbh Mela. All the sadhus and saints. So there is a lot of talk of akhadas. So these akhadas, they are actually, as I said, they are actually the bona fide sect. And Nagas, we call Nagas, no? They have swords in their hand. Have you seen? They take sword and they run to take bath. They have trident. Have you seen that? Videos you've seen? So they have sword and trident. So it is said that when there was invaders in India, because this Shahi Snan, as per the Kumbh Tithis, it was established by Adi Shankaracharya. When he established, all the spiritual saints and sadhus would go. But later on, when there was invaders, there was a lot of attack on the temples, and there were a lot of attack on sadhus. So the sadhus had a sect of people who learned archery and weapons, and they become the protectors of the main guru or the mahants. And those protectors are also one kind of they're nagas. So most of them are Shaivites. Most of them are Shaivites. So they actually now slowly Pratha has become that they with their guru go the first. So there are actually main. I'll just explain what it is. You want to know about it? Whatever little bit I understood and I asked, said it Sarabham Prabhu. He actually explained me a lot of things. Right? He took me around also. This time apparently more than nobody you came, no, nobody came. So I went with him, Sarobham Prabhu. He actually is the one who established ISKCON's Shahistan. When Srila Prabhupada was there, ISKCON would just go, do some prasadam distribution, Harinam, and then devotees would come back. And we would just find out our way to take bath in public. But then Sarabham Prabhu one day thought that, Arey, all this, we are doing so much of activities. Why not ISKCON also should have? Then he got into the akhadas and they found out, and he found out how where we fit in, where we fit in. So I will explain how we fit in. There are 13 main akharas. Now these is the main. Those who have been to Kumbh, they will understand. They are the main akharas, and they are the one who get lands to build their tents very close to the sangam. Nobody else. You may be a biggest, richest spiritual organization or a richest, powerful spiritual organization or even chief minister. You will not get land very close to the Sangam. Only these 13 akaras. The first group of them, they are called Nirvani, then Nirvani Ani, Juna akaras. These are the three main, it is said these are three main sannyas sects of Shaivites. And then there are Vairagis. Now, sannyasis have renounced family life. Vairagis, and then they are in mathas, they are having a followers, disciples. Then there are Vairagis. Vairagis. They have renounced everything completely. No follower, Digambaris, Nirmohi Akharas. Now, after this Nirvani, Ani, Juna Akhara, comes this Vairagis. They are Digambar and Nirmohi Akharas, it is called. Then comes Udasin sect. Now, this is another sect. They have 3, 4 sects under them. That is called Bada Panchayat, Naya Panchayat, Nirmani Akharas. Nirmal Akharas. Now, within this, the prominent current 3 or 4 Shankaracharyas there, they with their disciples, they go in a procession to take bath. And now it is not like that. It's very intense, very intense, because the government makes a very big pathway in middle. You came, no? You saw there's a big pathway in middle. Then there is an emergency pathway. because if anything happens, then to rescue, there's a gap for one vehicle to go and come. Then there is public, and it is wide, and from there the public keeps watching, because public bath doesn't start. First Shahi Snan happens. Public can take Snan, but not in the main Sangam. They will take Snan. Those who have gone to Prague, you will understand that. The main Sangam, if you see from the drone images also, is exactly where Jamuna and Ganga they come and meet. Jamuna is dark and Ganga is muddy, and you can very nicely see them meeting. And in that line to the bank is a Sangam. You also no, you came, no? So that exactly is a Sangam. So there the Shahi Snan, the main Snan happens there. That is decorated fully. And then after these are done, then there are, within this also there are some Vaishnavas also. Within this, then the groups start. Once the akharas are done, the bona fide groups are there. Then in that there are Shaivats, Shankarites, Ramanujas, Madhvas, Nimbarkars, and Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So our Sarvabhaum Prabhu, all of you know Sarvabhaum Prabhu. So Sarvabhaum Prabhu found out that under Nirvani Ani, there is Balabhadri. Under the Balabhadri comes the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Some Gaudiya Vaishnavas were under them. And then he spoke to them, and then there was a meeting of this Nirvani Ani Akhada. In that, Sarvabhaum Prabhu in 2001 he gave a presentation. First he spoke to the main monks, and he went and gave a presentation to them, proving that ISKCON is in line of Brahma Madhya Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Once he spoke to the main Mahants, then he went for the whole assembly, and there he spoke. And after that, there was a voting, and they accepted ISKCON as a this is what we call ISKCON as a bona fide spiritual organization in line of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Since then, we are merging with them to go for Shainstan, and we go with this Nirvani Ani Balbadri Akhada. We go with them to take bath. That's why we get a Shahi. And then we made, Sarvabhaum Prabhu made His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj as the Mahant of ISKCON, what we call. Now we are not Akhara, we are Khalsa. Khalsa. Under Akhadas come Balabhadris and Khalsa. So one of the Khalsa is ISKCON Khalsa. So in that we get. But now I'm telling you will not understand. But when you stand in the Kumbh Mela, when you see public being thrown like balloons, zoom zoom, police, there is a main gate of Akhara, and then we get passes. Okay, so when we get this passes, our vehicle number, and it is mentioned, ek mahan or panch chele, one guru and five disciples allowed for the Shahi, but it is not followed. Where in Indian population that can be followed? So, so we had to make an announcement, not to fight with the police. Whoever can get in, get in. You remember I made an announcement. You were there, no? Said, whoever get in, don't fight with the police. Then you go another bank and take bath. Whoever can get in, because uh, shy. Everyone comes from. See, it's like, how can I explain it? 10,000 acres of land, and it's like a city, and everyone comes out in the morning from 3 a.m. onwards to take Shahi Snan. But everyone reaches to a point where is Shahi Snan Dwar gate that opens, and those who are having their timing, everyone is given a time. Every akhara and their sub sects have given a time. This 40 minutes is yours. You go take bath. So a group of police army forces will take us in, and once our sect or our group is in, the gate will be blocked, and behind us there will be another group of army forces. You saw that? And then that's the big procession, a group of like 10,000, 15,000 sadhus. They will all go together with the processions and all that. Their own procession, someone singing, someone whatever, they all go. And then they go all take bath. And then once they take bath, 40 minutes, half an hour is given. Once that is given, then the horses are left. I was always thinking, ये घोड़े पे पुलिस वाले क्या कर रहे हैं इधर? ये लोग क्या काम है इन लोग का? Have you seen horses in the video? I was thinking, ये लोग क्या करेंगे लोग? कुछ भी होगा, इन लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? घोड़े पे क्या करेंगे इधर? But then when I went for the first Makar Sankranti San, then I understood. As soon as our bathing time gets over, now if the police blows the city, who will go out? बस एक डुबकी स्वामी, एक डुबकी. But if the horse comes next to you, what you will do? So then I understood. I took a dip and like this, and I came out a big horse and taking people out. And he's not doing anything. The guy is just coming and blowing the city, and horse is just shaking the leg in the water, and people are just going out. People are just leaving out. Amazing! I thought, my God, what an arrangement it was. And then once that is done, then we are supposed to go on the left, right, extreme right, the other akhada and other followers or the groups, subgroups, and under subgroups, they start coming. So that is something very unique, actually. That I just felt that it has its own beauty. Actually, this whole Bharat Varsh, we go to different holy places. We go to Puri, we go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, we go to Haridwar, Rishikesh, so many Rameshwaram, Tirupati. We go to so many holy places and we see so many people who are there to take darshan. And there's a queue, there's a VIP queue, the pass is there. But you cannot see a procession like this anywhere. You cannot see a procession like this, the way it is. And there are, if you see that Amrita, Amritamai Amma, Amritamai Amma, she was there with her tent. Then there was, uh, you name a spiritual organization, they were all there. They were all there. And but nobody was part of a Shai Snan. Nobody was part of Shai except until they are accepted. So we always read in Prabhupada books, bona fide parampara. Remember? Nothing but we read always, no? Under a bona fide. So Prabhupada emphasizes from the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy point of view, he emphasizes that. But when you go to Kumbh Mela, you understand the value and authenticity of it in such an situation. That was one thing which I was like. The second thing which I was very, of course, as I said, all spiritual organizations, Swami Narayan, Ravi Shankar, everyone. In fact, there was so much speculative spiritual organization that one person, his name is Pilot Baba. Beautiful akhada he has. Pilot Baba. I don't know the story behind it. He was a pilot or he was pilot was a disciple. But the akhada is Pilot Baba. And there is a plane in the entrance of his. You saw? No? Saw no? Pilot Baba. Plane in the entrance. Then then there was one, all kind of people were, all kind of sadhus were there. Narottam, you saw, we had seen that arrow fellow. I saw this time again. Nails, on the nails, I saw again. I told last time, no? There was this person, one sadhu, who would come out 1 hour in a day, and then he would come with this jata would be side, and he would sit on a, there would be charcoal, right? Hot charcoal. In that there are some arrows, and this sadhu would come and sit on it every day 1 hour, every day 1 hour, and meet people, give blessings, and go. I don't know. There is one video. Have you seen the person with one hand up for last 18 or 20 years? You seen that? His nails have come down this big, this big. His nails have come down this big. But the nails are bent, and hand has become, nails have come till this. What? Why is he doing? His desire, his tapasya is that uh, innocent animal should not be killed. That is his belief. Innocent animal should not be killed. And then last 20 years, he's doing this tapasya. Where in the world you will get such people doing this tapasya? Yes, he's this. Then I went to one place, beautiful akhada. You were there. We took the Gurukul boys, beautiful akhada, and there were 108 beautiful kusha grass, what we call yagya mandap. Means I think just our lawn is the double size of that, and in that there were 108 yagya kund and one big yagya kund in center. And every day morning, that guru with his disciples and followers does yagya every day morning. And then yagya is so big that smoke is there till the evening, and the whole day people visit to see that. But then in the yagya kund area, there was not Narayan's big deity, metal. But all over there are what we call Shahid soldiers, what we call martyrs. All photos of martyrs. So then we went, then I thought ये तो नारायण है, ये martyrs के फोटो चल क्या रहा है? So I asked the Baba, ऐसे बाबा ये सब क्या मतलब इन लोगों का फोटो ये लोग आपके शिष्य है क्या? बोला नहीं ये शिष्य नहीं है सर, ये भारत जो है देवभूमि है. India is a devbhumi, and people who protect this land, knowingly or unknowingly also, in one way they are protecting the spiritual places of this land also. That's why for their soul's deliverance, I'm doing this yajna. For their deliverance, I'm doing this yajna. Like that. But two, three very amazing things were there. At one point, when we were doing Shai Snan and when we were coming out, and we were, as I was telling, we were told to be on the right and walk so that the other processions can get the 75% of the path. And we were supposed to take 25% to move out. So once one group of sadhus would go, there were maintenance guards who were cleaning the road. If too much if too much what we call mud is unleveled, so they would level the mud. It's a sand, banknotes of sand, dusty sand. So they would level it. As I was mentioning that there was a shy path. Then after that there's a gap, and then after that public is there. So this people were taking some mud of this place and going and selling it to the crowd which is there in the public, selling it to them 10 rupees, 20 rupees. Then I asked him, "ये लोग क्यों ले रहे हैं?" And these are all villagers from all over UP and Bihar. All villages. What was their goal? That the path of the sadhus, if I get some dust and if I put it on my family member's head and our house, our life will be successful. I said, wow. We have to really preach people 1 2 years and make them understand this. And then that also they will see if someone is seeing or not. Then put. And here are villagers. They are villagers, simple villagers. But I was thinking this is our richness. This faith of people is actually our richness. Then I read little Giriraj Maharaj in his recent book, he writes about Kumbh Mela. So he writes beautifully about Srila Prabhupada's presence in Kumbh Mela. Now, when Srila Prabhupada went in 1971, and then again in 1977, Srila Prabhupada was there with his disciples. So first time when Prabhupada went in 1971, there was no proper facilities. Have you seen the photo I had shared? Prabhupada sitting in a chair and chanting, trying to get some sun. The chair is also some rundown chair, from somewhere. You notice that? Prabhupada sitting, taking the sun bath and chanting there with his beads. So Loknath Maharaj was telling that he was there in 1971 when this photo was taken, and also he was part of that Kumbh Mela. So Giriraj Maharaj writes that when we all came in 1971, so at that time there was no kitchen, there was no proper tent, there were not many books also at that time. So, but Prabhupada said, "All we should go to Kumbh Mela." And one was Prabhupada's desire, Srila Prabhupada's desire was that he wanted the Sadhu Samaj of the country to accept ISKCON also as a bona fide spiritual organization, or they should actually see what ISKCON is doing. But there was one more Srila Prabhupada's very special desire, which Srila Prabhupada told in this conversation and which happened as a miracle. I was hearing one lecture actually a few days ago. So Srila Prabhupada was telling that in the Western world, they say that there is an understanding that God is dead. You heard that? God is dead. God is gone. God is dead. So Prabhupada was mentioning that one father told him that Swamiji, we felt that many of us felt that God is dead now and is gone after giving his message. But we feel that through your kirtan you have brought the God back. Through your kirtan you have gone the God brought God back. So Prabhupada was first time in 1971 with his some 100 disciples in Prague. And as I said, there were not say great facilities. So then what to do? Books were not there. Transportation was a challenge. And we didn't have proper facilities. There was no proper kitchen. So Srila Prabhupada sent devotees for Harinam. He just sent devotees for Harinam. And 71 means only Loknath Maharaj, I think Nav Yogendra Maharaj were the Indians, and all others were Westerners. They went and did Kirtan. And people just followed them and came to our tent. And he said, we become the most famous tent in the Kumbh Mela in 71 just because we were going every day out on Kirtan. So this time I saw that all the Shahi procession, see what happened earlier, Shahi procession means there used to be elephants, camels, and horses. First, and horses, camels, and then the mahant will be in the elephant, one elephant. So like that, slowly, as per the government rules, elephants and animals are not there. So they have now what they have done to make it a Shahi feel. Now they have made you know tempo travelers and pickups. They have converted them into big Shahi asan, like a stage, and then one mahanta will sit on it, and then he will go with his followers on this tempo open truck and converting that into a big stage and then an asan, and then all these sadhus will like this. You talk to them, Hare, people are mad. Actually, what happened? Sarvabhaum Prabhu told me that ours is not like this. Ours is little different. I'll explain. Ours is Gonnitai going. But Sarvabhaum Prabhu told me I will sit on the cart for some time. When I will tired, I'll sit on the car. You go and hold my seat. You saw I was sitting in the Innova car. I sat in the Innova car and Sarvabhaum Prabhu's place. And I was sitting. And then I looked at the window and people looking at me with so much devotion, mercy. And I was like, and I apparently they put a garland like this to me and made me sit there. And people are like, old ladies begging like this, asking mercy, open the window, put hand on their head. I said, "Arey Baba, ye kidhar phas gaya main?" My God! And people were crying. People were in tears, old and young and children. You saw? People were like, and I was sit half an hour. I sat on that. Then after that, I never went only. I said, "Prabhuji, आपका seat fix है, मैं नहीं बैठूंगा उसमें." People are begging for mercy. So beautiful. I mean, so much faith, so much, who in this world will stand like this? They just stand for Michael Jackson, faint, all that drama. For that also, they have to take so much drugs and all that intoxication. But here we are. People were so much. So, all these Mahants, they were like this on. But what really standed out was our procession. Because every procession, one senior devotee told me, actually our Krishnadas Prabhu, I think, yeah, Krishnadas Prabhu, he told me that पूरे कुंभ मेला में सब जगह गुरु है मगर गोविंद मिसिंग है and Govind only goes out from ISKCON Akhada, ISKCON Khalsa, ISKCON tent, what we call, because because we had our sister, just like Srila Prabhupada, when devotees were telling we are not getting bathing, so second time also disciples were talking. Then devotees were running to take bath on Mauni Amavasya, Vasant Panchami to exactly reach the Triveni Sangam when the actually nectar is there to take that nectar. Prabhupada said, we are not here for nectar. He said, we are not come here for Amrit, but we have come to give Nam Amrit. We have come to give Nam Amrit. So, Devotee Prabhupada said, our program is book distribution, prasadam distribution, and doing Harinam. That, have you seen our videos of the bullock cart coming out every day? Every day after prasadam, in the whole Kumbh Mela, our tent, like we had Jagannath in our temple, and then we had two altars, like we have Sitaram, Lakshman, Gaurnita, and Radha Rasbihari. So, like that, we had two altars in our tent. One Lord is sitting there, other Lord with his altar moves out every day. Nobody has seen. People were shocked. This Mrs. Hiranandani, Kamal Hiranandani, she came. So I said, this is our Jagannath Baladev. And the next, there was a big gap. I said, here we have our dancing god. He's gone out. So she was wondering. By that time, Gornita came on the cart and with the bulls and devotees dancing. And she said that, can we go and dance? I said, yeah, you come. And then all these rich ladies, they all were dancing. You're there. They all were dancing in front of the cart. I said, our dancing gods, they go out every day and make the world dance and come back. And that's how Gornita is raising hands and our Padyatra goes with the bulls. And that is one thing. Now what happened? All other akhadas who were going on bathing, they were had all their gurus on their procession. But we had Gaurnitai and Prabhupada, our bulls, and then the Kirtan procession. So that was a unique. And now what happens if you see in the whole Kumbh Mela, because it is sand, the government has created metal sheets. And the whole road would be all metal sheets. 3 feet by 8 feet, 9 feet, like that metal sheets are there. They are put everywhere. And vehicles move on that only, not the bullock carts. Bullock carts can go on the sand. Bullock cart need not be like. So what was happening? Even in Vasant Panchami, Mauni Amavasya, and what was the third one? Sorry, Mauni Amavasya, Makar Sankranti, and even Vasant Panchami. All three times, our all the sadhus were giving blessings sitting on the cart, and from we were not, Prabhupada and Gaur Nitai were actually super Shahi Snan because everyone was on a queue out of the fear that their vehicle will get stuck in the sand. And Prabhupada was just crossing everyone, showing them, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We were just going ahead. We were just going ahead. And Prabhupada, especially Vasant Panchami Snan, was very, very unique. Very, very unique. Because Prabhupada, all were in a queue waiting because of the jam within the Shahi Snan. And Prabhupada was on the right, on the sands, and going straight. Non-stop till the Triveni, Shahi Snan Sangam. Till there. Only at one point they stopped the bullocks. So then we took Prabhupada deities. And actually in the history from 1971, this was the first time Srila Prabhupada personally went from the bullock cart, got down with us and went and took bath and came out. First time in the history. And I had the fortune to take Prabhupada actually. So that was very beautiful. And this is what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. He took bath in Triveni. Then after that he took darshan of Veni Madhav and then he danced. He just danced. We'll sing these verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita, where this is what we do is actually mentioned. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 17th chapter, 149 verse. Madhya Leela, 17th chapter, 149. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, I think, returning from Vrindavan back to Jagannath Puri, or is going from. But this Prayag place names comes twice, once a year. प्रयागे आसिया प्रभु कैलो वेनी स्नाना प्रयाग आसिया प्रभु कैलो वेनी स्नाना माधव देखिया प्रेमे कैलो नित्य गाना माधव देखिया प्रेमे कैल नित्य गाना यमुना देखिया प्रेमे करे जप दिया जन्म दिया यमुना देखिया प्रेमे करे जन्म दिया हस्ते व्यस्ते भट्टाचार्य उठाय धारिया व्यस्ते भट्टाचार्य उठाय धारिया यही मते तीन दिने प्रयाग रहिला मते तीन दिने प्रयाग रहिला कृष्ण नाम प्रेम दिया लोक निस्तारिला कृष्ण नाम प्रेम दिया लोक निस्तारिला हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Prayag, where he bathed at the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna. He then visited the temple of Veni Madhav and chanted and danced there in ecstatic love. As soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the river Yamuna, he threw himself into it. Balabhadra Bhattacharya hastily caught the Lord very carefully, raised him up again. The Lord stayed at Prayag for 3 days. He delivered the holy name of Krishna in an ecstatic love. Thus, he delivered the people. Loknath Maharaj says, Prabhupada said, when he saw devotees in anxiety running to take Shahi Snan on time when the nectar is there, Prabhupada asked, where are they going? Prabhupada, they want to go and take the nectar, they want to take bath. Prabhupada said, we don't need that. He said, we are not here for moksha. Just by chanting the holy name, we are already delivered. We have just come here to give the holy name, do pure devotional service to the whole world. And in line of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. There's a beautiful temple, just like Triveni, right? So there is Veni Madhav. Veni Madhav. There's one form. It is said that all the three rivers have that form, and Madhav is there with the Triveni Madhav, it is called. Beautiful. Black deities, very, very ancient, thousands of years old deity. Very, very beautiful. And if you read this, then you understand that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I read these verses there. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood there in that road where the temple is and he stands there. Following in the line of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada's instruction, ISKCON Pandal stood out in the whole Kumbh Mela. Actually, there were some pandals which only gate, if you see the gate decoration, people have spent 25, 30, 50 lakhs gate also. That kind of organizations, because though it's a spiritual organization, but everyone is in a competition there. Everyone is in a competition that you come, because people come here to take bath, and also, you know, what we call, not, I would not say the promote, but show that I'm present here. That show, everyone is showing I'm present here. And big pandal, big pandal. But just by Harinam and Prasadam, Prabhupada, because everywhere there were kirtans, and it was so loud. And Shahi Snan day, to you just have to whole day. अरे गुल्लू की मम्मी, देखिए मम्मा, हम इधर खड़े पिलर नंबर 50 के बाहर हम बैठे हैं, and whole Kumbh Mela is roaring that noise, Actually, you hear that कुंभ के मेले में घूम गए भाई, वापस मिले नहीं. Really, villager situations are like that, and it is true. Some people who are lost, they are not meeting 2 days. People are lost. I saw one village came for bathing, 50 people from one village, so everyone was tied to each other. We also saw, no, that this time also I saw, like one sari, then someone's dhoti or kurta, then one child is holding that. The child is given gamcha, no, bathing towel. The two children are holding that, and that towel is tied to one of them. Then someone like that. People were like, so that they didn't get lost. They didn't get lost. But our pandal stand it out because of these three things: Harinam, books, and Prashadam. Everywhere in the Mela, there was puri, halwa, puri, chole, like that. But as per Srila Prabhupada standard, our pandal had full 5 course menu: rice, dal, sabji, chapati, and sweet every single day. Our Chowpatty temple and Delhi temple, Dwarka temple, they had brought chapati machines in the whole Kumbh Mela. Every day we were producing 60,000, 80,000, 60, 80,000 people into 3 chapatis. Almost close to 2 lakh chapatis every day. Have you seen that video? The machine is there. Every day from morning 2:30 a.m. Chapati, fulka sa coming. And people were just searching. Then I said, Chaitanya sir, kuch to karte hain. When we reached, we want people to come. So what we did, we made prasadam coupon. And first we put all our Prayagraj big hoardings. Kumbh Mela ka bhavya bhandara. Yagyapati who designed that. And I said, we don't need anything. One full plate of prasadam on the photo, rice, dal, sabji, chapati, sweet, and right side Prabhupada. Bas. That should be the main. And people were, and then what to do? I said, see, people will see that, they will search where we are. So we hired some people and created a card, scan card, and a map, manual map on the card, and scan card. If you scan, you will reach this bandara. The plate is there at the bandara. So people were taking bath and scanning and coming to our pandal, seeing the photo of the plate. We had put 1,000, at least no, 200 big banners, 8 by 12. You mean 8 by 12 में plate कितना बढ़ाएगा अपना? That was all our Kumbh Mela. First we put कुंभ मेला का सर्वश्रेष्ठ भंडारा. Then some akhadas called up our devotees. ये क्या है सर्वश्रेष्ठ आप लिख रहे हैं? And I said, ठीक है भव्य कर दो. कुंभ मेला का, we changed it, no? कुंभ मेला का भव्य भंडारा. And people were just coming. See, it's a tent city. There is no restaurants there. There is no snack bars there. Only tea stall and biscuit and all this is there. So even if you're richest person, if you get in there, you are in that 10,000 acres land. From where you have to get out will be taking 12 hours to get one good restaurant to eat. So rich or poor, they were all in a queue for that plate of prasadam. I saw practically people, very, very well-to-do people standing with the villagers in the line for prasadam. And that was a very, I think that was a very great preaching. And of course, there were many spiritual organizations distributing. Many of the organizations were spreading the holy name, Narayan. Our behind pandal was Akhanda Sitaram Jap. You remember? I was fed up. Sitaram, 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 whole day. And then that was fine, night also. And suddenly, and it was right behind my tent. My office and my tent was there, and it was right behind. But there was one wooden partition, and they are lying behind that. And the guy whole day and night, and my room is right there. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. And worst part is what and they're not speakers. They're those what we call wampers, huh? Bonga, those bongas. And this guy they would chant whole day and night, and night midnight they will sleep. But it's Akhanda, so he's on the mic sleeping, and then suddenly he'll say Sitaram, Sitaram, again sleep, again see, you remember? देखा सुना था अचानक उसका सोने का आवाज सुना दे रहा है अचानक whole month. But the good part was that we were so tired. We were so tired that whole day is so cold because the first January and December was so cold, so chilled, and whole day shivering and standing. And I used to always go to the kitchen to show people because kitchen tent, our big wood burners were there. Big kitchen was hot. If you go out of the kitchen, it was like you gone to Himalayas, and you come to the kitchen, it was like that. So that was one thing. And one very good thing Yagyapati Prabhu made that I was thinking that Sanak Sanatan Prabhu was our leader there. He told, see, village crowd will come. Whatever pulls the village crowd, you get it. So we ordered this 22 feet big dioramas. 22 feet big dioramas from Mumbai we ordered. So at the entrance, one there was Hanumanji, who would come down, who would have Lord Rama in his hand and take it up like that. And that becomes selfie point. And all villages nearby. Then we made one Bhagavatam Krishna Leela and then Gajendra Moksha. That was the biggest selfie point of our. Have you seen the video Gajendra Moksha? We made 12 feet now, 12 feet elephant, big elephant, and then 8 or 10 feet crocodile. And the elephant is nicely shaking his trunk like this, and suddenly crocodile comes and catches his feet. And then he's shouting, and then we made a big, around 18 feet Garuda, big wings like this, there to there. And then from Garuda is like this, and Lord Vishnu is sitting. Then he comes down with the beak, he touches the crocodile, and the crocodile goes back. And this villagers are so happy. 15 minutes people are sitting, and uh, they are paying obeisance to this diorama and putting money also there. Putting money also there. So that was very nice to see. Traffic jam, my goodness. 12 hours people were into it. And this Nagas and Aghoris. Aghoris, who are they? They are a kind of spiritual organization, not spiritual, I would say they are tamasic spiritual seekers. They're more into siddhis and tamasic shaktis. They they capture pretatmas and they will get work done from them. They eat for a Agori initiation. If they have to become a disciple, they have to go to villages, find a cremation place, or and then in the night they have to go and eat dead body. Agoris are there, and they have human skull garland. Our Gurukul boys had come, and they were full fascinated. Nagas and Agoris. I'm going to be. So we know Sarvam Prabhu's son. He actually knows these people because he's been doing Kumbh Mela for last 20 years. So he knows Naga Babas also. He knows when they take initiation. He knows Agoris also. So he took our Gurukul boys. They were jumping too much. I'm going to use my bow and arrow, and then I'm going to remove my sword towards the Nagas and this and that. The Gurukul boys went and started crying, seeing them. They started crying. They were scared. Because I mean, what such uh, organizations are there also what to do in the world. And really It was also very memorable to see how a government of a nation organizes such this, such a big gathering. On the Vasant Panchami day, 5 crore people were there in prayer. And then on the Mauni Amavasya day, 9 to 12 crore people were there. Can you imagine this humanly? 9 to 12 crore people. Maximum we hear Yatha Yatha 10 lakh people, right? 10, 12 lakh. 9 to crore. And how whether 10, 10, 12, 12 kilometers, children, rich, poor, old, all walking. I was shocked to see, from the railway station, 20, 20 kilometers, small children with the bag on their head, with full spirit, Triveni mein jana hai, nahana hai. I think is some way living. I think the cursed people live in cities where civilization is godless. Actually, civilization is very godless. Mm, yeah. So we have the great fortune by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we did one more thing. This quote of Srila Prabhupada is there, Kumbh Mela. We have come here to perform pure devotional services. What we did is, we have put that in every single room in Kumbh Mela, our pandal rooms. We have come here to perform pure devotional service. Prabhupada in Kumbh Mela. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission, when you go to all these places and when you see, we understand that everyone, we have to respect everyone. But what Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given is so unique. You know, crores of people are coming for getting moksha, right? And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is delivering us with prema with Harinam. Beyond moksha is love of God. One who knows, one who learns the process of loving God, because we are the one who know who is God. This mokshavadis or the mayavadis or this brahmavadis, they are all spiritual seekers, but they don't know who is God. For their understanding, Rama and Krishna, they all merge into the Parabrahma. To some extent, they understand like that, their impersonal approach. But we are an organization. We are in the path of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. We know who is God, where does He live, what does He do, whom does He love, who He love, and how can we learn to love Him. This is what we have. Because it's all about love. In the material world, the love is lowest. It's like heart. Heart in the material. Valentine's Day was yesterday, no? The heart. It's all. His Bollywood. Heart means that Bollywood or English Valentine Day. जाने कहाँ दिल खो गया, like that, all that. But real love is loving Krishna, and that is what we are so fortunate that is what we have been gifted with. How to love Krishna, how to selflessly love Him, and that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he speaks Siksha Ashtakam, in those verses in Chaitanya Mahachaitanya, many of us, though, if we don't take seriously, we very seriously chant. चेतो दर्पणा मार्जनम, वेरी नाइसली गौरांग प्रभु was telling, हम लोग इतना सीरियसली गाते हैं ये सोच के कि ये तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु के प्रेयर से हम भगवान तक पहुंचा देते हैं. गौरांग प्रभु was telling, चैतन्य महाप्रभु के प्रेयर से हम भगवान तक इसको पहुंचा देते हैं. But the he said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he chants the Sikshashtam verses, is that in that he has one verse, प्रेम धन बिना व्यर्थ दरिद्र जीवना दास करे वेतन मोरे देहो प्रेम धन. चैतन्य महाप्रभु से प्रेम धन बिना व्यर्थ दरिद्र जीवन. Without the love towards the Supreme Lord, this life is like a daridrata. Dasa kara beton mare. That is why this servant of yours is begging you. Just give me the nectar of love to Krishna. That's it. And that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing unconditionally simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So put together a whole thing, the Mela is an opportunity for us to distribute Premadan. So people are coming to take bath in Amrit, Sarabham Prabhu said, और हम हरे कृष्ण वाले जा रहे हैं उनको नाम अमृत में नहलाने के लिए. Our goal is to make people bathe in the Naam Amrit. So that was my experience of Kumbh Mela. It was very good. You suggested, actually, I made notes. I don't know after 12 years where I will be. Again, I will be ever going. So that made me to make notes. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for patiently hearing. श्री प्रयागराज धाम की, त्रिवेणी संगम की, त्रिवेणी माधव की, पतित पावन श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, शील प्रभुपाद की. Any questions? I have Narottam, my wife was telling me, some devotees were telling, because I was posting. I have my broadcast. Even Narottam told me that Prabhuji, you are posting. People are asking Prabhuji, हम लोग कैसे जाए? I was posting a lot of tent city coming up, roads and Shai Snan. When we went, Lord Chaitanya Prabhupada, when we took, I sent a video. In the whole Shai Snan, Srila Prabhupada procession stands out with his bullocks. So many devotees wanted to come. So I think Nasik will be close by. We should go. Next Kumbh Mela is 1927 at Nasik. So close by. We should go. We should try to make it. Hare Krishna. All right. Stop here. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki.